Hey guys, it's Abby here. Sorry for the delay in getting this presentation up, but I'm going to be talking about HTML5 tags today, more specifically the video, audio, and canvas elements. To start off with, I'm going to give a little background and history on the video tag. Back in 2007, the developers of Opera web browser released a version of Opera that included support for a video tag, which mimicked the image tag and would also play back a video in the browser using a built-in video player as opposed to a plugin. From this, the specification for an HTML tag was born. In the following years, developers and other interested parties continued to refine and the specification, and other browsers besides Opera began building in their own video players and support for the video tag. With the HTML5 video, each browser is building their own video player. So this means that one browser's video player could be very different from the next. But one of the benefits of Flash is that you can, since it's a plugin, it's basically the same code running in each browser, and for the most part you can expect Flash Video and Internet Explorer to run the same as it does in Firefox. But with HTML5 video could work differently in each browser because each browser vendor is building their own player. So as you can see, the different styles here of controls in each browser, they illustrate this point. You can see that they look very different. But despite the fact that they look different, they all have the same basic controls and work as expected. This is where the importance of the standards come in. The specification for the HTML5 video tag is instructions for the browser, instructions for browser developers on how the video tag should work. When they do support a feature, they all support it in basically the same way, so we can expect the video tag to work the same in all browsers. So we're going to get to an example of using the video tag. Just going to open up brackets here and the browser. So I've got this HTML skeleton here, and we're going to go ahead and type the video tag into the body. This has an opening and closing video tag. And then we're also going to need a source. So I've already got a video uploaded over here into brackets. So I'm going to use a video from this last conference of President Monson. So as I save this, here over in the browser, you're going to see, it's going to pop up just kind of a black blank screen. So there are no controls on it quite yet, but we're going to get to that here in just a second. So all you have to do to put the controls in here is right after the source, just type in controls, save it, and then in the browser refresh it, and we've got controls down here. You can push play.
Hi there, brothers and sisters. I greet you most warmly.
There's also the functionality to enlarge the screen as well as download, and then the volume there too. Okay. So there's the video tag. And next we're going to get on to the audio tag. Give you a little background on that as well. Okay, so with the audio tag, it's basically the little brother of the HTML5 video. They are both built on top of the same parent element, the media element. So there isn't any attribute of the audio element that can't be found in the video element. as well, except for specific file types that the audio element supports. And this makes sense because videos also have audio in them, but there are a number of attributes that the video element has and audio doesn't. And these are the file formats that the audio tag supports. I'm not going to go into detail with those, but just know that these are file formats that this supports. And I'm going to go ahead and do an example of the video or the audio tag for you. So let's open up browser and this again. Go ahead and refresh over here. Oops, after I save this. Okay, so that's gone. Alright, so the audio tag, essentially the same as the video. And you're going to add a source in here. And I went ahead and did a recording of President Monson in this class conference and uploaded that in brackets. So go ahead and save that over here. Refresh it. Doesn't show up because we don't have the controls in there yet. Go ahead and put the controls right after the source. Refresh over here. And there we have it. Let's play a little bit of that.
My dear brothers and sisters, I greet you most warmly as we met again in the great general conference of the Church of Jesus Christ.
Okay, there's your audio tag. Okay, now to the canvas element. The canvas element creates a fixed size drawing surface that exposes one or more rendering contexts, which are used to create and manipulate the content shown. The canvas is initially blank, so to display something, a script needs to access the rendering context to draw on it. We're going to jump right into an example of this. Get rid of this audio tag. Okay. So first we need to add the HTML canvas element inside of the body. And I'm going to give it an ID of, let's just say canvas. And then I'm going to specify just how big the canvas will be. So I'll say maybe like a width of 500. Oops, 500. And a height of, let's see, 200. Okay. And then onto the JavaScript code. This is where we're going to put in our function. First we need a script tag. Open that up. Well, function. And we'll just name this function draw rectangle. And I'll put the call function down here, just so I don't forget. Now, the first line in the script retrieves the node in the DOM representing the canvas element. It's done by calling the document.getElementById method. So we're gonna put this, find the variable canvas, and document dot get here. Since we will be creating a two-dimensional illustration, I need to get a reference to the 2D rendering context of the canvas. So I'll be using the getContext method and pass 2D as an argument to it. Variable context equals canvas dot getContext and pass in 2D. And now that we have the context, we can start drawing on the canvas. A reference point is needed to point to the coordinates of other points on the illustration. So I'll point the x coordinate at 0, y coordinate also at 0, the width, say 450, and the height, put at 150. And I put the x and y coordinates at 0 because I'm going to show you just a second how this is behaving in the browser. So next, I'll use a path2 ID object to draw the rectangle. We create a new variable to represent the shape and initialize it using the path2D constructor. It looks like this. The Canvas API has a method called rect, R-E-C-T, to create a rectangle. So the first two arguments will specify the coordinates of the top left corner of the rectangle. So we'll put in shape dot rect, and the first two coordinates we've got x, we'll put plus 0, y minus 0. Normally put in the width and the height right here, but I want those to stay just the same width and height that we have up here. So, and then the last thing, I want the rectangle to be filled with a solid color, so I'll pass the shape into the context.fill method. Looks like this. And actually the default color is black, so let's see what this looks like over here. Okay, there is our black rectangle. But I kind of want to change the color of the rectangle, so I want to do this. We have to use the fill style property of the context and give it a hex code or a color. I'll go ahead and do that. Oh, and you have to put it right up here before the shape. Context and fill style. I want my rectangle to be red. See what it looks like over here. There we go, it's red. Okay, so if you look over here in the canvas area, you're going to see that the height and the width is 500 by 200. So if we inspect over here, just to see the behavior of the rectangle, you see there's 500 by 200. So this is actually the canvas space, and then the rectangle inside, we're going to play a little bit with that. It is 450 by 150, as you can see in the height and the width. But so now, if we play in the x and the y axis, we put in, let's see, 50 here, 50 here, save that. You're going to see that over here on the x and y axis, this is 0 and 0. This rectangle is now going to move down 50 and over 50. Let's see what happens. There we go. If I change the coordinates of the shape by, let's say, x plus 20, y minus 20, save that. This is going to move over by 20 and then up by 20 because it's y minus 20. So that's just kind of a brief overview of the Canvas element. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. And thank you so much.